I'm standing on the stage at the Hard Rock Cafe. If I pick that guitar up, will I be Keith Richards? Wow. This is truly an honor, way beyond my pay grade. When Tom called me to give me the news that I'd been selected after a pregnant pause, I said, hell yeah. I said, wow, and I said thanks. I also want to say a huge thanks to the board and all those that voted for me and nominated me. And I told Tom that on the phone when I was talking to him, and I was swelling up with tears and pride. And I said the last time that I had tears in my eyes was when I shot my Nikonos camera with my 357 Colt Python. That's a story Steve Frank can tell you. In fact, Frank Fennell still has the camera. There's so many of you in this room that have made the last 45 years so much fun that I can never thank or curse you enough. But there are a few, I'm trying to get through this, but there are a few of you that stand out, and I'll just name a few dozen. Just kidding. First, my little mom, who signed for me to rent a scuba tank from a farm supply company that wasn't a scuba store 100 miles in Winston-Salem in 1963 when I was 15, just to get me out of the house for the day. She instantly started me on a path that I now look back and know it was all a plan for me to be able to love the underwater world forever, as all of you in this room do. Thanks, Mom. You're the best. When I came to Key Largo in 1978 from Jacksonville, Florida, and opened a dive shop, shortly after that, I met my two Steves. Steve Frank, who was that guy? And Steve Clem. Both would change my life forever in the diving arena. Of course, Captain Frank, as I refer to him, never tell any stories, took the first of many CUDA shots and underwater critter shots that went viral, and he truly put me on the dive map. But it was Steve Clem, and I know a lot of you don't know Steve, and his love for the underwater animals and his helping hand, teaching me the same love and affection that started me feeding our beautiful underwater creatures for all of my divers to see and enjoy and hopefully always protect. Steve started feeding critters. He was called the Pied Piper of Pennycamp Park in 1954. He was my Mike Nelson. Every time I pet my underwater babies, I'm proud to carry on his legacy. Thanks, Steve. Sitting at our table over here of disoriented divers and definitely disoriented family makes me think of a phrase that Neil Watson, who was that guy, used in his Reaching Out Award speech in 2005. Quote, "I want to thank my ex-wives for divorcing me so I never had to grow up." I'm just kidding, Annette. I don't want that little 4'11" and 95-pounder coming up here and beating my butt in front of everybody. Of course, there is my brother from another mother, Frazier, who has shared some unbelievable experiences with me, getting a crap bit out of me feeding my underwater critters for the past few decades. You just saw an example of the fun I have with my underwater babies, but you should see the videos, and he's got a ton of them, of all the bite videos, lots of green water, and trips to the ER. My local doctor loves telling everybody he has put more stitches in me than 100 baseballs. Considering every baseball has 180 stitches, that's quite a few. I love my mories and cudas, and it's a good thing since almost nobody wants to feed 12 mories at one time after they see me bleed almost every bite. I'll quickly share a Frazier story with you. This guy gets me in so much trouble. One feeding event, and Frazier films these events, of course, to get all the outtakes of me getting ripped up, but he always sells more videos, $95 a piece. And sometimes we'll have 20, 30 divers, sometimes 2 boatfuls, do the math. So Frazier's really intent on getting some pictures. So we get in the water, and my big old moray, a big old barracuda didn't show up. So I'm swimming around, and here comes Bruiser, my 250-pound Jewfish, swimming up to me. And Fraser looks at me and he goes, "Put the ballyhoo in your mouth." Well, I'm thinking, I've never done that before with a Jewfish. So maybe he'll just come up and suck it right out of my mouth. You know how groupers are. So I put this ballyhoo in my mouth and lights out. This damn fish grabbed my entire head. I had teeth marks from here and under here, ripped my mask off, which that's not new either, and bit me. I'm literally looking at the tonsils of this fish, and I'm fumbling after he let me go to find my regulator, and I'm thinking, "Fraser, help me out here, buddy." And he's right, I can see this blurry camera lens right in my face. Let's get a picture of Slate dying right here, but he wanted to get all the blood. So finally the mask came over, and I got my mask on and started breathing again. That's my buddy Fraser. Don't ever trust a guy with a camera. But I did do it. I did voluntarily do that. But you got to remember, I am from North Carolina. 8 million people and 4 last names. Deliverance was, the movie Deliverance was filmed there, remember? In fact, they came to my family reunion to audition for the seconds. Oh, my cousin, the banjo player. Of course, to pick on another friend, another great guy, there's my right and left arm, Captain Skip, sitting right there, who literally keeps the store running while I'm out getting bitten. Skip is a Vietnam veteran and came home with a bad case of PTSD. Absolutely perfect for working at the dive shop. I hired him immediately. True. I'm not making these stories up, by the way. Amazingly, Skip has been with me for 30 years. Really. More than anyone on a daily basis has ever been able to stand me. That's for sure. But he comes with a warning. He has developed a more severe disease, STSD, Slate Traumatic Stress Disorder. And whatever you do, don't piss him off. I do have to mention my kids. It's actually my worst failure in life, being a dad. Hell, the greatest thing to a parent when they have a child is to grow up, be proud of their children, and think, "God, boy, that's my son, that's my daughter." But I never seem to get that lucky. For instance, my gorgeous daughter, Sky, is sitting right here at that table. Had everything going for her. She was going to be a massage therapist. Then she was going in the military. Then she was headed to college. All great things. I was going, yeah. But one day, she walks in the dive shop, and she says, "Dad, I'm getting my captain's license. I'm going to drive my dive boat, your dive boats." I went, "Holy shit." I couldn't breathe. It crushed me completely. My wonderful, talented, smart, gorgeous daughter wasting her life away on a dive boat, surrounded by dirtbag low-life divers who would just slobber all over her and ruin her life. What's a dad supposed to do? So I thought I'd teach her another life lesson and assigned a dive shop over into her name. That's a true story. She still hates me, but thank God, and I believe in God, Dylan came along, her husband. I won't even go there. Thank you, Dylan. So along came my son, Hunter. And I thought, okay, I got another chance here. Maybe I can do something here. Okay. So Annette and I were really proud of that. But no, suddenly all that hope was dashed. Hunter comes running in the 9th grade, and he said, "Dad," said, "I need your help on an assignment." And I said, sure, son. I mean, I was an ex-high school teacher. I always helped my kids when they needed help. I said, well, what do you need? He said, my teachers asked me to write an assignment, an essay, on someone who has helped guide him through life and has been the most important mentor to him. Well, I was swelling up with pride. I thought, hell, man, he's going to write about his dad. So, I knew what the answer was going to be, I thought. So I asked him, who are you going to write the essay on? And without hesitation or explanation, he said, Neil Watson. Can you imagine the fact that the most important mentor to my son is Neil Watson? I mean, the last person on earth you want your kid to become is Neil Watson. I can't make this shit up. Hunter, please change your outlook in life and become a serial killer. I'm finally getting him. I'm finally getting him. So finally, I have a suggestion for the board of directors of the Reaching Out Award. If you look at the 83 recipients over the last years since 1989, there are some standout members in our industry who we're all very proud of course. However, when you see the names, Neil Watson, Peter Hughes, John Gaffney, I got something on all these people, Mike Kevorkian, Stan Waterman, Dan Orr, Ladd Akins, Stuart Cove, Dick Rakowski, Marty Snyderman, Leslie Ricolini, and now Spencer Slate, you may want to consider renaming the award to the esteemed Association of Dirtbag Divers Award. I'm just saying. Thanks to all of you so very much for this wonderful once-in-a-lifetime honor, for real. And I promise from this moment on, I'll try to live up to my son's expectations and become Neil Watson.